Hello.
Hello. Aha, there we are.
There we go. Much better.
How you doing, man?
I'm very good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Doing great.
Sweet.
Excited to check this out. I wish I would have gotten some game time in before, I threw it on the cast here. But whatever. It's a learning experience for everybody.
Oh, so you're going in fresh?
I am going in completely blind. Yes.
Oh, bold.
That's how we roll here. So, I don't know if you'd like to introduce yourself to the crowd here. It's a chill crowd today. They'd like to know who you are.
Yeah. My name is Nels Anderson. I was the lead designer of Mark of the Ninja, which I guess we're about to play and check out.
Indeed. So, 2D stealth. That's very interesting. I haven't seen a lot of games that attempt this.
There are not many, in fact.
Are there any actually? Because I was waiting for somebody to correct me on, oh, there's this, but is there any?
Yeah, there are a few. Weirdly, Yahtzee Crosshaw, like Zero Punctuation Yahtzee, made one called Trilby way back in the day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I know, right? And then after we started working on Ninja, we started about March 2011. After we started working on Ninja, a couple more have come out. There's one, actually a free one from a company in the UK called Stealth Bastard, which is awesome.
Okay.
There's a company out in Boston called Lantana Games is working on something called Children of Liberty, and Tom Francis, also in the UK, is working on an awesome goddamn game called Gunpoint.
Oh,
so
nice.
if anyone definitely if folks haven't checked out Gunpoint, it is phenomenal.
And what is this for? What system is that? Or?
Gunpoint is not out yet, but it's probably going to be on PC.
Okay.
It was nominated for the Independent Games Festival Design Award last year, and Tom totally deserved it. It was super. It's so good.
Awesome. Way to plug just every other game out there. Nice though. That's.
Well, it's good because when it's like 2D stealth games, I can plug all of them in like a minute.
There you go. A lot of people asking about Shank already. Did you have anything to do with Shank?
Hey,
I don't know.
I actually didn't.
Don't you hear a bell?
Before I was working on Mark of the Ninja, I was actually at Hothead Games working on Deathspank with Ron Gilbert.
Oh,
that was
nice.
cool.
Okay.
Yeah. So I had very little to do with Shank beyond I did like a month of level design concepts on Shank 2, and that's like it.
Right on.
Yeah, but we do obviously own the complete everything involved with both of these games, but there are no cameos from Shank in Ninja. We thought
yeah, so people are asking.
Might just not be tonally appropriate, perhaps.
Right. Yeah. Big noisy brawler in a stealth game. I don't think that mixes.
Yeah, exactly.
So what was the visible in light? Okay, the learning experience, guys. I can barely even see my own game here. This is dark and shadowy.
If it's too dark, I don't know how high you turned up the gamma, but you can jump into the pause menu and crank up the gamma some more if you want. It's certainly supposed to be dark, but I don't know if it's supposed to be that dark.
That dark.
And also,
right.
Yeah. Also, thanks, Captain Sanity. I like that game too.
All right, how's that looking, guys? And I need a new TV here. This thing, it's falling off walls, and it's my budget though. It's all right.
Sorry, are you just in the gamma on the TV or in the game itself?
I'm gonna try in the game here. Ooh,
yeah.
Ooh, that helps. Yes.
Yeah. Good at
help
an
like
option.
Cheating.
Help up.
Oh, there we go. Much better.
And settings, and then gamma. Yeah, turn the gamma up to like 55 or 60.
That works.
Yeah.
So
you don't want. No, I'd keep going.
Keep going. Right on.
Every TV varies a ton, which is always a little bit tricky when you're making a stealth game, because it really is like every bloody person's TV looks different.
Where's your sword?
Must ask the most serious question, but I'll get out with that question. Our crowd is obsessed with silly questions.
There we go. Yeah, that's
much better.
So look, yeah. I mean, obviously, like the foreground and stuff is supposed to look dark, right? But the colors come a lot more from the background, so we don't want to lose those because they do look really nice.
Do I hold B or just tap it?
Tap. I think.
Okay.
Maybe there's a slight delay with the video.
There is. Yep. You're going to be probably about anywhere from 10 to 30 seconds behind here. So. It's going to be. Oh, you just tap it. Okay. Awesome. Dude, that's really cool. So, what was the inspiration for a stealth? Or are you a stealth fan?
Yes. Yeah, for sure. No, I mean, in some ways, this game is kind of like my love letter to the genre. Like, probably the first one I played that I really connected with was Thief.
Oh, nice. Yes.
Yeah, and so, but like plenty of others, like Hitman Blood Money is one of my favorite games. And given the choice in any sort of like class-based RPG or whatever, I'll almost always take the roguey, sneaky person path.
Oh, okay.
Hold up.
Yeah, I'm a ranger myself all the time.
There you go. Well, that's kind of like stealth, a little bit of ranged combat. It's nice.
Yep.
You
hear something? Oh, so they hear me. Okay, that's really neat. I like the mechanics of how they hear you, the bubble or whatever.
Yeah. The big sound ring, and that literally shows how far the noise in the game propagates. Because like,
from there,
even though I like stealth games a lot, like I can get how they can be a bit inaccessible for folks sometimes,
right.
Because so many of those core stealth systems are like they're pretty opaque, right? Where it's like, there's a guy up in the hall. If I make a noise, is he going to hear me?
Yeah, how do you know? Yeah, exactly, right.
And so because the game is 2D and it's a little bit more abstract anyway, like we can be a bit more, like we can have those visualization presentation elements, and it doesn't feel like really separate or exogenous or whatever. Yes, and you can indeed get through the entire game without killing anybody. Well, there are technically like two like NPC named antagonists that you do have to kill, and that's for kind of like a very specific thematic purpose in the game. That was a conscious. Spoilers. Beyond that, you can totally get through the entire game without killing anybody. It's not easy.
Actually, I heard isn't there like an achievement for it, or
for every there is a per level achievement where if you finish an entire level without killing anybody, there's an achievement for that. There's one for finishing a level without being seen, and then there's one for finishing a level with both of those things. Where did I learn to make games?
Remember,
that is
you have to be quick.
Sorry, I just assassinated somebody for the first time. That's a beautiful thing.
Well, there you go. I actually I have 2 degrees in computer science from the University of Colorado and the University of British Columbia. So my background's pretty technical. Like what I did on Deathspank was gameplay programming. And then I just kind of moved over to design because it's kind of a natural evolution. That's a thing I always wanted to do. But yeah, playing a lot of games and building a lot of games is really how you get into this crazy gig.
Sorry, just getting into this here.
Oh, that's okay.
So and I don't want to keep you too long today. I hear you're ready to get out and do some vacationing.
I am. My wife and I haven't taken a vacation since we got married 3 years ago.
How long ago?
3 years ago.
Oh wow, damn! It's about that time then, huh?
Yes, it is indeed that time. This game is published by Microsoft, so a PC version, PSN version is kind of off the table. But we definitely would like to make a PC version happen. It's we just have a little bit more details to sort out for that, but as soon as we get that figured, we'll definitely be shouting about it loud and far.
The ink from your tattoo has honed your senses. Focus your thoughts.
Yeah, the art style is gorgeous in this.
Yeah, I have very little to do with that, so I also agree that it looks really nice, and I don't feel like a douche saying it.
Right? Yeah. It's like, yeah, I made it. Whatever. Oh wow, 3 darts at the same. Okay.
It's so hilarious trying to like hearing what you're saying and then thinking where you're gonna be and then watching it.
Right. Yeah, everybody's pretty amused by that. Every time we get somebody on here, they're like, "Oh wait, what just happened?"
If you need exactly. That's funny.
Always destroy the
Limbo was published by Microsoft, but I believe their arrangement was different from ours.
Well, sometimes there's just a time exclusivity deal, or stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm actually not privy to exactly what the details of certainly anybody else's agreements were. Oh hey, some dude came to my thing at PAX Dev. Sweet. Or was that PAX East? Maybe it's PAX East.
So were you at PAX Prime this year? Or?
Yes, we were at both PAX East and at PAX Prime.
Okay.
And folks, that's cool. Yeah, at PAX East, I was on a panel with Andy Schatz, who's making Monaco, and Dan Silver's the guy who's involved with Children of Liberty. And so we just kind of chatted about stealth games for a while, and it was cool.
Oh,
I mean, they slaughtered us at like 9 p.m. at night.
Oh gosh.
Like I know, right? Up against the concerts, but a goodly amount of people showed up, and we had actually a really sweet chat. It was kind of awesome.
And you avoided the PAX plague this year?
Yeah, it seemed to. Yeah. Yeah. No, a couple years ago, like when everyone actually got the goddamn swine flu. I did
Yeah.
too, and it was the sickest I've been probably in my entire life. It was oh god, it was horrible. Like I got back and I was at work and it was like, oh, I feel okay, and then by noon I was just like, oh, bro, I'm a ruined carcass. Drag me home. Oh god.
That's what happened with PAX East. It was like I was fine, and then right when I got on the plane, it was like I was that guy that you had to sit next to that was like sniffling and sneezing. And
You were patient zero.
it was horrible.
Hey, target sight.
Oh god. Oh god, I thought I screwed up. Guns. Oh, guns hurt bad. Damn. All right.
Good shot. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I just got shot. I'm in this room with the 2 guards here, and I'm trying to figure out what.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Well, when you're, are you dead now? Yeah.
I am dead. Yeah.
Out yet? There's a thing perhaps suspiciously hanging above them.
I see that, but I did item. Oh, derp. Yeah.
Left. There you go. Yeah. Obviously, since this is the tutorial level, everything is framed like a bit more deliberately, right? Yeah, but kind of near the end of the level is about where it starts to open up and be pretty representational of what the game broadly is like.
Okay. Now, so are there different? You were kind of talking later in the game. Then, are there multiple ways to get past things, or?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah, no, that was very much a design objective from the start. That's kind of why I like stealth games a lot, right? It's because they're very often they're like heavily player-centered games where it's about just providing people with a bunch of tools, and that those tools more generally can just include your understanding of the game systems, and then saying approach these situations however you see fit.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh no, that thing has got the grate on it. It's there you go.
Don't open it yet.
I'm learning.
Just lean against
Probably way
it
ahead of this
and
by
try
now.
to
I'll
sense
grab the
what's
guy.
on the
Yeah, there you
inside.
go. Nice.
How is he gonna come through here?
Do I like pizza? Sure.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's our crowd, and they're hard-hitting questions here.
Digging deep. Yeah, no, I like Metal Gear. Snake Eater is probably my favorite, actually.
It seems to be everybody's favorite. What is it about that one? Metal Gear, I love the games, I love the story, but I normally really stink at stealth. So what I'll do is flip it on very easy and just run and gun through the whole game. But Snake Eater is like the one I've never played, and everybody seems to like pick that as their fave.
Oh yeah, no, I like it a lot. It's just delightfully weird. Yeah, no, Snake Eater's awesome. I like it. I think I haven't played it, but there's a very recent version that just came out on the 3DS. Hey, on the Vita as well, I guess. Yeah, it was. I needed to pick up a new 3DS game for the plane flight over to Europe, and I was like, I was sitting there with one hand on Super Mario 3D Land and the other hand on Snake Eater 3D, and I'm like, oh god, which one do I want? I should probably grab the game I haven't played.
So which one did you end up grabbing then? Super Mario
3D.
Okay.
Super Mario 3DS, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one from the Tokyo studio.
And Master Lazai is in trouble.
Oh, okay. Apparently the 3DS version is not good. It has frame rate problems. Well, never mind. Don't play that one then.
Yeah, I actually heard like without the extra nub or whatever that they sell for the 3DS, it's kind of rough.
Oh, really? Okay. Well,
Yeah.
maybe the Vita version or just the old console versions. I'm sure it's downloadable on PS3 in some form or another.
Right.
Yeah.
Play Metal Gear Solid 3, you'll like it. In one of these days, my backlog, so I can't add another one right now. I can barely get to the games that are coming out. Like,
yeah.
I think I've had Darksiders 2 for like 3 weeks sitting here already untouched, and like it's gathering dust again. I don't know.
Nice.
So what else do you play beyond like stealth games? What are some of your faves?
Well, anything that's really systemic is stuff that I like. Some of the less traditional RPGs, like either Fallout or Fallout 3, I go back and forth on which one of those I love the most.
Okay.
Planescape Torment I've loved for.
Yes.
And I had the big old stack of games. Like I didn't have a chance to play much stuff when I was working on Ninja, but for afterward I had a big old stack of games on my mantle, and the top thing on the pile was Dark Souls, and it hasn't left my PS3 since I put it in there.
Oh, really? Nice. I got to like, what is it, the Moonlit Butterfly or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah, in the Dark Root Gardens.
Yep. Beat that, and then my first session was like, dude, like in one sitting, I think it was like 22 hours. I couldn't like rip myself from it.
Yep.
And then I don't know if I burnt myself off with that. I haven't gone back.
Yeah. No, I can't stop. I think about it all the time. It's so good.
Nice.
Yeah, well, because I only played like 2 or 3 hours of Demon Souls because I didn't have a PlayStation at the time.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, this is cool, but I didn't quite hang on for just long enough so that it like completely, utterly sinks its hooks into you. So I don't know if like people who played Demon Souls, maybe Dark Souls is like less immediately grabbing and gripping, but oh my god, it's so good. So for what it's worth, like to the gentleman Ghost Dad, I think Torment holds up really well. Definitely install like all the high-res mods and stuff. The thing is that like the game has a ton of reading. That's the only thing you kind of have to be aware of going in. But if you do that, then if you're braced for that, I think it's definitely okay.
I think that does throw a lot of people off. That's one of the main things I always think of when I think Planescape is holy reading.
Yep. I don't know.
It's not a bad thing, but yeah.
Yeah, you just have to be prepared for it. You can't expect like a Mass Effect style presentation or something, because you ain't gonna get that.
Don't worry about me. Go save Master.
Gotta learn how to drop lights on people more effectively.
Oh, if you hold the left trigger down to aim, then actually the whole world.
It's the left trigger. I was like hitting left bumper.
Left shoulder. Yeah. You hold down the left trigger, and like actually the whole game state completely freezes.
Oh.
Yeah. So you can just aim and mark whatever things you want. You can actually mark multiple targets. Don't shoot yourself with that one though.
Oh damn it.
Yeah, and then obviously when you get like more items later in the game, you can actually queue up like multiple items. So it's like, oh, I'm gonna aim at this dart with the light, but aim at that thing at the guard, one of those things, etc., etc. It's pretty. Oh, okay, that was the damn it, right?
yeah, there it is. Yep.
Oh.
Oh yeah, this is gonna help. What? Oh wait, no, that just distracted him. What? No. See, this is me in stealth. I'm telling you.
I lost him.
I am the noisiest stealth person. Oh god.
I don't even know what's going on. Just
getting shot at again, you know.
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing.
So now that too, was there any reason? It fits perfect, of course, but that you went with the ninja rather than just something else, or?
Well, it's. I think part of the genesis of the idea was just that there haven't been like a good ninja game that's actually about being sneaky since like Tenchu, right?
Which was okay.
Yeah, and also a very long time ago. But the other thing is just like if you're making a stealth game, what very well affords that type of gameplay, right? It's like, well, so what's a fictional archetype that's sneaky and clever and agile and fast? It's like, oh well, a ninja.
Right.
It just sort of like sets the tone and the expectations pretty well. Minus the fact that most ninja stuff is like kind of cornball and like super over the top, ultra violent, right?
You picked the wrong guys to rob, Sensei.
Yeah.
People are asking about how many hours of gameplay are there, and then which do you take that and double it when I play?
Yeah, right. It actually depends a ton on your playstyle.
Okay.
Like this level you're playing now, it's been what, like maybe 20 minutes or so.
Yep.
Some people who had playtest the game, this level took them like 45 minutes or an hour. Not because they were like dying over and over again. It's just like that was kind of the pace they approached it at.
Okay.
So based on what I've been reading on the internet, most people say it's between like 6 and 10. But every level kind of has nine optional things you can do, and there's a new game plus at the end as well.
Okay.
So if you really want to dig deep, there's potentially a ton of stuff going on.
So how does the new game plus work then? That's interesting. I didn't know about that. Just another run with all your items already, or? Exactly.
And then the fog of war is actually conical, so you can only see what's ahead of you. You can't actually see what's behind you anymore.
Oh wow. Okay.
All those sensory visualizations are turned off, and the guards are basically doing one-shot kills. So it's harder.
So it does get a little more hardcore then.
Yeah, it's definitely like the hardcore mode, but especially for some people on the dev team who have been playing like for a really, really long time and completely understand how the game works. That's kind of like their ideal way to play the game, just because it's very clean. But it's definitely not how you want to play if you're just starting out.
Yeah, right.
You will be ruined.
We shunned the modern world and its jackals.
Oh, nice. And then you smoke bomb out. Yeah. There you go.
That's kind of awesome because I thought I was dead.
I know, right?
We will fight for our survival.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and what Nominata said too. Yeah, we got to show off that people worked hard on those death sequences. We're here to show them off. It's a good time.
That's right. gotta. Yeah, there was hard labor there, animating flop onto the back from gunshots. Death.
Terrible.
Gotta do what you gotta do. No, it's like you always get that thing where it's like, oh, someone's watching me, so all of a sudden I'm like 50 times worse. But if you weren't watching me, it'd be fine. Why?
Yeah.
Why is
that?
that?
See, I use that all the time. It is a different experience. I mean, sometimes this kind of a chill crowd. I don't think anyone expected me on early today. But people kind of barking at your game skills when you're trying to interact with thousands of people at times. It's a thing. It's a thing.
I do not envy such, sir.
Yeah, it's an acquired skill to chat and play. I think I do both at maybe 50% efficiency.
That's pretty good, all things considered.
It's not too bad. It's not too bad.
They will ease the pain.
Yeah, so you can see like that when you run through a level, like you get a different for every guy you didn't kill who also didn't see you, you get basically an equitable amount of points for every enemy that you did kill.
Okay.
So because I really didn't want the scoring system in the game to bias it toward being really aggressive or being totally sneaky. It's like, again, just come back to however you want.
You want to play? That's awesome.
Those powers will drag you.
Yeah, Stymie, the game's great. Like I said, and I like stealth games, but I guess maybe, I don't know, I've lost patience over the years, which, stealth games take a lot of patience. But yeah, this is definitely different.
Yeah, so for what it's worth, like a number of people have said, normally I don't like stealth games at all, but I really like this.
See, that's got to be awesome to hear, though, getting people into the genre.
Yeah, exactly, right? It's kind of like, this crazy thing, kind of let other people see what I love about stealth games so much.
Right.
You must kill him
the other, basically, the big other games I've worked on were Deathspank and Deathspank Thongs of Virtue. Those are the two titles I did before Mark of the Ninja. I don't know what those faces are, but they're alarming.
They love those faces.
Is that you?
No, it's not. I actually am up there, but no, none of those are me. The Kappa is like it's kind of like the troll face here, that black and white face you see.
I see.
And then you got Dan. He's another broadcaster on Twitch. Stink face. Oh, there's mine. Thanks, Anominatus, for that.
Sweet.
Lasers. Oh wait, there we go.
Yeah.
Gotta think a little bit. Bit. Now that you mentioned it, isn't there a new Thief game coming out? That was like one of the stealth games that I really liked, and I think only because it made so much sense, it felt right. I don't know, when you give me like an M16 or something in Metal Gear, I don't feel like I should be stealthy.
Yeah, no, totally right. Yeah, Thief is, again, it's one of my favorite stealth games ever. And when that was announced, I was like, oh boy, I don't know. But then, the same studio, Eidos in Montreal, did Deus Ex Human Revolution, which was actually like really good.
Yeah.
So that makes me much less worried about hopefully Thief 4 being awesome. I just really hope they stop spelling the name with a number, because
I know, right? Thief for whatever, yeah.
Yeah, well, at least that was like the early 2000s when it was slightly more forgivable.
Yeah.
Oh God, stop! Don't.
For a time.
It was, that was hip back in the day.
Yeah, shout outs to Montreal. I'm gonna be in Montreal in November for the Montreal International Game Summit.
Oh, really?
I'd never been before last year, but Montreal is awesome.
I want to go. I'm like, well, I always think like, Canada's just so small, but I'm up in Minnesota, so that's like not a big jaunt for me.
Oh, nice. Which part? Minneapolis?
Yeah. Yep.
Cool. My dad's whole family, hence my goofy Scandinavian name. My dad's whole family is from Minnesota, but like way up north.
Oh yeah, my last name's Olson. Yeah, go figure.
Right. There you go. Yep.
Anderson. Yeah, I was gonna say in Minnesota it's like Anderson, Olson, Johnson, Smith. Yeah.
Yep.
We're pretty common out here.
Okay. Man, represent.
Yep, the third Olsen twin. Ha. That's new. And it's spelled with an O-N. I don't spell it like that. Gosh.
Bloody Norwegians.
Oh, Jesus. Well, that didn't work out too good.
These buildings are protected.
Sweet, yeah, I'm gonna be giving a talk at VIX, so you can come and listen to me prattle on all about Ninja if you want.
So when is that actually?
It's November like 15th and 16th, 14th, 15th. It's like middle of November.
Can't believe it's already mid-September. Oh, my goodness.
I know. That is alarming. And then when I get back, it's going to be October, and I will say, what is going on?
Yeah, pretty much. It's been, this is basically my first year with Destructoid and my first convention season, and holy.
Yeah, it's busy, isn't that?
It is busy.
Yeah, I managed to dodge going to E3 this year, which was good.
Yeah.
Because to go from PAX East to E3 to PAX Prime would have just been...
It was, dude, and it all happens like, boom, so fast. It's like I get a month at home and plane ride again. And I despise airports and planes.
Yep.
I don't mind going places. I just, where's our teleporters already? So I can just, like,
be
there.
It's instead of an angry man who wants to feel the inside of your body parts.
Right.
That's not a thing that is fun.
Mid-November is like the worst time to come to Montreal. Why is this?
Really? I didn't mind it when I was there last year. It's not like infinite snow yet.
If you don't like going to E3, can I have your pass next year then?
No.
Well,
I don't know. Like we haven't really talked about DLC at all yet because I don't think we were quite expecting the reaction we were. I mean, the game is conclusive. We'll say there's not like some gross cliffhanger ending or something.
Right.
But there could.
Yeah.
Right. There could potentially be some kind of like a prologue thing or something, maybe. Yeah, we haven't thought about it like at all. What do we do when the game is over and vacation is over? We start working on the next game, yo.
Right. So any ideas on? And I love this, and I'm gonna be one of those guys too. But the game just released, and people are already asking like, all right, DLC, next game, what's going on?
Right. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, sure, I'll snap a finger, and then game is. Yeah, no, we're just experimenting with a bunch of different stuff. Not the team that was on Ninja, but Klei, a different group of folks, is actually already working on another game called Don't Starve, which
somebody brought that up the other day. What is that?
Yeah, it's like the first 2 nights of Minecraft, where it's like darkness falls and then terrible things come, and you're just like, oh god, just dig a hole and get a door.
Right.
It's like that, but the whole game.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's
like
different.
in a very Minecrafty fashion, you can actually just play you can buy access to the early beta right now, and that'll turn into. You actually get 2 copies for $7, and that'll turn into Steam keys when the game comes out on Steam. So yeah, you can just check it out at like what is it? It's don'tstarvegame.com.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool working on being able to play a game that Klei has made, but that I personally haven't worked on. So because I can be surprised by it and not know every single thing that's going to happen.
Right. So like with something, I always ask that too. With something like this, now I'm assuming you've played this probably about 1 billion times.
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah, and I know it's your project, you love it, but do you ever get sick of it? Like I'm over it. I'll let other people play it, enjoy it, but I never want to see it again.
Actually, no, not really. I mean, like when it was in just the thick of like there were a couple levels where there was just like the same 1 or 2 issues would always come up, and it just like, oh god, the bug wasn't fixed if you do this one crazy weird corner case thing. Oh,
right.
Oh god, I have to try to fix that. But like that goes away after like a day or two. So I don't. I mean, maybe part of the folks' reaction to the game is testament to the fact that like I still can play it and really like it.
Oh, that's really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, no, because most people like when you get to the end of making a game, you're like, oh god, put it away. I don't want to see
again
it for like 6 more months at least. But no, with this, I'm like, yeah, no, I still really like playing this game.
Awesome.
Yeah. Maybe that's part of the factor of like there's a bunch of different ways to approach the encounters. I don't really know, but yeah.
Yeah, Nick, hopped on like an hour early today just to let Nels hang out for a little bit and get him out and on his way to a much-needed vacation, so I hear. So where are you guys headed?
Ireland and Scotland.
Oh, God, that is a vacation.
Oh, yeah, totally. My wife's whole family is Scottish, so we're going to go to where her grandmother was born and all that kind of stuff. It's going to be really goddamn awesome.
That's cool. Now, how long of a flight is that?
Oh God, I think we spent like 12 hours on the actual plane, and then obviously we go to Heathrow and then Heathrow to Dublin. Something.
The transformer should be close.
Thank you.
Careful.
And like massive appreciation for anyone who has told anybody else about the game. I mean, obviously, like based on the reactions from folks, making a really great game was not our biggest problem. I mean, it wasn't easy at all, but it seems like we put it together well, and that's great. But visibility is still a very big challenge for us, right? Like, Activision will spend more on a single TV spot for Call of Duty 9 or whatever they're on now
than the budget of your entire game. Yeah.
By like 50-fold. And I'm not
really.
They'd make insanity. 50 marks of the ninja for what they'll spend on one television commercial.
Wow.
So it's like when that is the level of awareness they're able to build for their game, and we just have like people coming to PAX and people talking to folks on forums and Twitter and stuff like that, like that's all we got. So everyone who helps out in that regard is just phenomenal, and it lets us keep making these things, which is wonderful.
Yeah, and that's why we love doing what we do here. We give people a chance to see it in action. I mean, it's a little different. Like the reviews are great, checking out some screenshots, whatever. But I think it really makes more of an impact when you can like I said, see some average Joe playing it. See if it's something that you want to get into or not.
Yeah, totally. I can't count the number of games that I came across and ended up absolutely loving just because one of my friends, whose opinions like I trust, right, said, this is really interesting. You should check this out. Like that's this is how it was earlier this year with Spec Ops: The Line, right? Like I have no interest in this game. It's like sand in a desert, looks cool, whatever. And then a bunch of people are like, oh no, this thing is interesting.
Yeah.
And I checked it out. I'm like, oh yeah, no, this actually does have some cool stuff going on. Eats 2 rumors. Oh, they aren't even rumors. We're totally doing Eats 2. It's going to be on iPad, and we were showing it off at PAX, and it's awesome. Like it's like the iPad is like the perfect platform for that game, right? Because you're dragging stuff around and clicking on things. I guess for folks who haven't played it, it's sort of like The Incredible Machine. It's like a physics-based puzzle game, except with insane cartoons.
Okay. I was going to say I haven't. I'm getting all this like indie information lately, and it's blowing my mind.
That's cool. Yeah, so Eats is basically like The Incredible Machine, but with lunatic cartoons. And so as like dragging different weird pieces of this like cartoon machine around and then hitting the button and see how it plays out. It's like the iPad is like the perfect platform for it, right? And it looks so good and it sounds so good. Again, that's not a thing I'm working on at all, but
I don't feel like, go on.
I don't like a total douchey shill saying.
But yeah, I've actually recently been. I tried to knock it forever as a mobile a mobile gaming platform, and I'm hooked on my iPad lately.
Yeah, I mean, there are definitely some great games, but they have to be built very appropriately to the platform, right? And certainly in terms of like signal to noise. Oh my God, right? There are so many garbage iOS games versus like the few gems, but the few gems that are there are great. Like, have you played Waking Mars?
No.
Yeah, it's really good. Randy Smith, who actually worked on Thief 3, and David Kalina and a few other folks. They're the same people that made Spider, The Secret of Bryce Manor, which is another iOS game. And Waking Mars is their new thing, and it's really good.
I need to dive into more of these. I just finally got it. What is it? Dead Trigger. I've been playing a lot lately.
Played that. And some other local Vancouver devs made this game called Shellraiser, which is awesome. Shellraiser. It's basically about a turtle who has a mountain of guns on his back, and then he marches across the land blasting stuff.
What?
It's super, super good. Like the art style is charming and awesome. It's super good. Did the same people make Shank? Yes. Well, technically the same studio did. I was not involved with Shank at all, and probably about half the team wasn't, but the other half was.
Okay.
It was like 50-50 Shank vets versus folk from elsewhere.
See, now, how does something like that work? Now, I'm not sure if this game would work or not, but when there's like an exclusivity deal with, say, like Microsoft, obviously you can look at PC ports because Microsoft. How? Oh, actually, I just answered my own question because that's an Apple platform. Never mind. I was like, how would that work out? Probably wouldn't, right?
Yeah. I mean, the other thing is like. Someone else, maybe on Reddit or something, asked me, it's like, oh, is this game going to come to iPad? I'm like, I don't even know where to start. Because, like, like, we use 15 of the bloody 16 buttons on the 360 controller, right? So it's like, having the controllers for that would just be nightmarish. I mean, like potentially could do a thing like Team Meat is doing Super Meat Boy, where it's like, oh, a game that feels thematically appropriate, but is
a little different.
Is completely different.
Okay.
In terms of like what actually goes on control-wise. Yeah, that's me on Twitter. If you want to listen to me prattle on about stuff, and probably share photos from Ireland and Scotland for the next couple of weeks.
Oh, nice. I was trying to find that so I could add it to the little bar down here, but I couldn't find you. So there you go. Yeah, follow up. Listen to random stuff from Nels.
Lock it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Same spot.
You're getting pinched again. I can't even tell. I just hear a muttering in the background.
I'll hide in this here garbage bin, whatever it is. They'll never find me.
Is it good? You look. Oh, that's where you got. Okay, now it's catching up. Yeah. It looks like if are you clear?
I'm
like,
waiting.
I like 30 seconds behind. Yeah.
There we go.
If you're able to kind of let things play out, and then the kill so cool happens if you don't hit the button at the right time. Oh, with that with the active stealth kill thing, if you hit the stick direction and the button, the guys die silently and faster, and if you don't, they still die because come on, you're a bloody ninja with a sword.
Right.
But it's louder and it takes longer. And you get less points too.
Okay.
So there you go.
So now basically you attack and then because I've been trying to figure that out. You don't just hold attack and then the stick, right? You attack and then do the motion. Okay.
You push X once, which kind of goes into that lunge and grab thing, and then you hold the stick in the direction indicated, and then push X again for the stabbing.
Oh, destroy at least 20 lights.
Yeah. So every level has 3 optional objectives called seals, and it's kind of like an opt-in form of difficulty, where like I didn't want there to be really big, like progress walls in terms of what you can do, but rather there's just these additional goals that may encourage you to like play the game a bit differently or explore systems or mechanics that you haven't like already. And then so when you complete those, you get upgrade points that you can spend between levels to get different abilities and stuff like that. And in addition, every level has 2 seals that are themed toward a particular playstyle. And then when you finish 3 of those seals, like across several levels, you unlock what we call styles. And so those styles are kind of like a different outfit that offers you a bunch of just a fundamentally different way to play the game.
Oh, damn, that's awesome. That's a lot deeper than I anticipated.
Yeah. So, for example, like when you complete 3 of the stealth seals, you unlock the Path of Silence, which what that does is when you run, you don't make any noise, and you can carry twice as many distraction items, but you don't have a sword at all, so you can't kill anyone. So you kind of have to approach the game pretty different, right? So they're kind of like the more advanced or whatever playstyles for like if you want to go down that path, you can. Another one lets you do the stealth kills automatically and carry more attack items, which is also pretty cool. The game was in development for 18 months, basically. We started in March 2011, and then obviously wrapped up just a couple months ago, and then we had to spend it through cert and all that. You can't mix and match the styles. The styles were pretty much designed so that they are all in, basically. Because if you could run silently but also automatically kill the guys, that would probably be pretty busted.
Right. Trying to think of questions, just finding myself distracted about how pretty it is. Well, there you go. So I was going to ask you about that too. That's got to be pretty exciting to get the reception that this game's been getting. No disrespect or anything, but it came out. I was like, oh, it looks cool and whatever. But every site I'm going to, including our own, is just
we did not expect that really at all. I mean, obviously at the end when we finished the thing up, like I was certainly very proud and happy with what we had, but I figured it'd be a more like middle of the road reception, right? Like most people would be like 8, 9, and then it'd be a few 7s, but then it's just like across the board, everyone's like, no, this is phenomenal. I'm just like, I don't even know what to make of that. How long did it take to make? It was about 1.5 years. This is our own engine. It's obviously built on top of the tech we built for Shank, but it's heavily modified. And the storyboarding and character design was just all of our in-house artists. Most of it was done by Aaron Boutier, who was our lead animator. He was also the lead animator for Shank. And he is just incredibly goddamn good at what he does. Yeah, and most of the appearance of the environment art was led by our environment artist lead, Megan Shaw. She's also really, really, really good.
Yeah, just the animations, the look, the style, it's something, man. And like I've noticed a lot of people are just kind of just amazed by just the look of it.
Yeah, I have nothing to do with that. I think it really good too, and sounds very good too. Like, to give credit where credit is due, we certainly well utilize the abilities of our sound designer Matthew Martinson. Like, it's you don't really tell from just looking at it, but this game actually has a tremendous amount of dialogue.
Okay.
At a low estimate, it's about 5,000 lines.
Wow. And
for contrast, Left 4 Dead 2 had 10,000. And think about like how many different branching conversations and conditions and all the dialogue that's in that game, right? And for a small indie game like us to have half that, that's
pretty amazing.
It was a lot of words.
Yeah, and that's always interesting to me too. We did have oh my god, I'm gonna botch his name. Walt, correct? The writer for Spec Ops on. Yes. One time, and finding out how much goes into these scripts and what it's like 10 times the size of a movie. It's so many lines.
Yeah, no, it's colossal, I think.
Grab and puke. Yep, that was a good one. Okay, so this box here, maybe you can help me out. What am I doing with this?
Yeah, so you see that kind of metal slidey thing in the floor?
Mm-hmm.
I'll set it on top of that, and then if you roll down below. Oh, now we got the latency.
I got it. Okay, so set it on that and then go back down.
Yeah, and then there's a pressure plate down below. If you step on that, the thing falls through. Actually, every level has one of these challenger rooms, which are like a bit more abstract, like just dexterity, or just more dexterity or timing based puzzles.
Okay.
Yeah, no, our sound guy Matt is actually in the comments. I'm gonna call him out. I'm actually gonna look over at his desk right now.
Is he in here?
Yeah, Matt Esk. That's our sound designer.
Oh, awesome.
And he is awesome. So everyone should say thanks, Matt. This game sounds really goddamn great.
Which we will turn up the sound here after we're done. Ty, it's probably a little quiet right now, so people are like, I don't even know. But yeah. Well, thank you, sir.
But yes. So did you? How did you?
Down there, but now I'm like.
Yep. If you go there now, the switch that you flipped to get into the level.
Yeah.
Or kind of to turn off the initializers, you might want to go poke that again and see what happens.
Okay. Hold on. If I can get over there. Lasers.
Yeah, there's all this. Yeah, I have no idea what's going on. It's awesome.
I see. Coming together. Or not.
It seemed like from 30 seconds ago. It seemed like you were doing the right thing, but I don't know what's happened since.
Lasers, switches.
Lasers are on the ground. If you keep pushing the box to the left. Any plans on making a Ninja Gaiden type game? It's not really my sort of thing. Certainly someone could do that, and it would be really, really pretty awesome. That's not really where my interests or talents lie. Legit question, are there zombies? No, there are no zombies.
Zombies. That just... Too many zombies in games these days.
Yep.
Let me tell you the story.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for... it's weird, we have the technology now. Waiting for like a dinosaur resurgence. Where's our dinosaur games?
There you go, that's right. Mummies. That's where my money's on.
That's
the next
thing. Mummy
mode.
Mode.
But that being said, even though zombies are definitely played out and gross, The Walking Dead from Telltale is fucking awesome.
It's one of my favorite no offense, but it's one of my favorite downloadable titles for sure right now. We've actually made a big stink. The guys from Telltale are amazing as well. We've had them on for every single episode. Awesome. Actually, tomorrow we're going to be showcasing episode 3 with the director and one of the lead designers. And that game is it's amazing.
Yeah, no, it's super good, and it fills me with great glee. Yeah, apparently everyone says the show is terrible. I haven't watched it, and I haven't even read the comics, although I know I need to get back to reading the comics. But yeah, as someone who like has no information or insight into that series at all, it's really so good.
I have not been grabbed out of a doorway yet.
Oh, I'm sure something very exciting is happening in the future now.
In the future. Yeah. There we go. Oh, and I
Yeah,
kicked him into the power thing, and that just all worked out. Right on. Here we go. Or wait, I'm going backwards now. Wait a second.
Yeah, if you're going to the left, you're probably not going the right way. But I have no idea where you are. Oh, you kicked the guy down in the thing and it broke the thing.
Yeah,
Hey,
see,
nice!
that
Sweet,
was,
well done!
I was gonna say, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
The show is terrible. I liked the first season, but now I'm so behind that I don't even know what's going on anymore.
I haven't seen it at all. That's just sort of like the hearsay from what the general scuttlebutt. Yeah, I haven't seen it, so I certainly can't speak one way or the other.
Yeah, I thought the first season it really had it was like a movie. The production values were really high. I thought it was good. I don't know, people are just critical.
The first season was directed by Stuart Gordon, and Stuart Gordon is fantastic.
What else has he done?
He did The Mist, which is really, really good, and he also did Dagon and a bunch of other stuff.
The Mist, the movie?
Yes.
With the ending with the
yeah.
That's one of my faves, man. It's one of those ones that now it's kind of it's like the Sixth Sense type of thing, where once you know the ending, it's like it's hard to watch again. But that was one of my faves. I was like jaw dropped. I don't know if you guys haven't seen The Mist, go see it.
And actually get the DVD. And the Stuart Gordon wanted the film to be shown was actually in black and white, so the whole thing was filmed and staged and dressed in such a way that it would look very good in black and white. But the studio refused to do that. They'd be like, no one wants blah blah blah. Oh right, it's not Stuart Gordon, it's Frank Darabont. Sorry, yes, thank you, person who is very good in the comments now. Yes, it's Frank Darabont, not Stuart Gordon. But yes, The Mist was also Frank Darabont, who also did The Walking Dead. And if you can, watch The Mist in black and white. It is amazing.
So is that on the DVD like that?
Yes.
Oh wow, that's really cool.
Yeah. Or if the DVD is a 2-pack thing. But yeah, if you can find it, watch it in black and white, because it's so good and so much better that way.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Oh, so good. How many ninja movies did we watch before the game?
That's interesting.
A couple. See, here's the thing: is even though they work very well for the stealth games, as a pop culture figure, the ninja isn't exactly have the best treatment in the past.
American Ninja was pretty good.
Yeah. So there were a couple. Yeah, so there were a couple very, very good ninja movies from Japanese directors in the 60s and the 70s that are all in Japanese and everything. But beyond that, most of the stuff isn't very good. So actually, what the writer of the game and I did far more was look at actual Japanese history, during the Sengoku Jidai when ninjas were actually a thing and were real. We looked at that a lot more, and there's so many rich characters and stories and everything else. Why would that is far better to look at than some cornball horrible.
Cheesy movies. Enter the Ninja.
Yeah, exactly. Something about we definitely would like to do a PC version of the game. We're still sorting out all the details there, but I think we're gonna have some news about that in the not too distant future.
Awesome.
Where's the giant enemy crab in its weak spot for massive damage?
Right. What can I do here?
The other Ink Ninja. Oh, that's funny. He's basically got it right. It's why you're sort of not utilizing the fictional construct well, right? That's the thing we wanted to kind of do and make a ninja game that actually felt like being a ninja, right? That was you were sneaky and agile, not cutting dudes in half with a sword the size of a Buick.
Right.
I mean, again, it's not they're not really my type of games, but I can certainly appreciate something like the Ninja Gaiden from Team Ninja, the first one especially, from a distance. That game is totally good for what it is.
Right.
It ain't a stealth game. I wanted to make a stealth game, so that's what we did.
Alright, we got that. Oh, god. How do I get it?
I think you
go
got
all the way down. I get it. Stairs. My mortal enemy. Oh, I didn't notice that. Running makes the bubble bigger.
Yeah. Yes, it does. Yeah, exactly. So probably the only game that's gotten the stealth ninja treatment right was Tenchu. But of course, Tenchu came out like 14 years ago.
Oh my god, now you're making me feel old.
Yeah, I know, right? But yeah, no, the fact that people are like saying that this evokes Tenchu is super awesome. Yeah, and that was definitely like, I was part of that, you know, that holy trinity of stealth games that came out in 1998, along with Thief and Metal Gear Solid. So, yeah, to kind of being part of that lineage is pretty awesome. Oh man, I love it. Like, you whisper something frighteningly, and I'm like, oh, what's gonna happen?
It was the first time I've had somebody detect a body.
Yes.
Now, when the alarm is raised, what will they call in more troops? How does that work?
Basically, they just alert everyone else who's in a particular radius, and they'll kind of patrol around a bit.
Okay.
And then their behavior actually permanently changes from that point, where they're a bit faster in their reactions. They look around a bit more, and their poses are pretty different, and they're just a lot more responsive and dangerous.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's kind of like, if you're detected, there is some manner of permanence. It's not like, I always kind of find it a little bit bothersome in stealth games where some guards will like catch a glimpse of you, like, you know, they'll see some dude with like a giant axe standing on top of a building, and then you step behind a chimney, and they're like, oh, okay, I guess he's gone.
Never mind, he's gone.
Yeah, that's cool. It's like, what?
And it's kind of like the Metal Gear Solid thing too. I mean, you can assassinate like 10 people, and then like, I don't know, hide in a locker, and there's like whatever.
Yeah,
I give up.
I guess he's gone. Yeah, exactly. So it's like, well, obviously, I mean, there are gameplay implications there. Like, you know, the guys ultimately have to go back to their behavior, more or less, at some point, right? But, yeah, we definitely wanted there to be some amount of permanence there, at least, so it wasn't just, you know, yeah, exactly. Must have been a squirrel.
Yeah.
Actually, very, very early on, like in the earliest prototypes, and maybe we can drag these out at some point because they're super cool. We one of our animators is artist is a Russian guy, and so we had him temp track a bunch of barks for the enemies, and they're so amazing. They're terrible, but also the best.
for this game?
Yeah, for this game. Like,
oh, okay.
We needed like scratch tracks way back in the beginning. Yeah, it's so good. Must have been animal.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty well amazing.
Oh wow, this map it's pretty large.
Yeah, this is kind of like the last big section. This kind of scaling the skyscraper bit.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I actually like this. This was probably this was the first real level I built, and I like this level quite a lot actually. The skyscraper climb bit. I think it's still pretty good. Is there hard mode?
I was gonna say if you want to get back to that New Game Plus madness.
Yeah, New Game Plus is basically the hardcore mode where the guards are more or less using one-shot kills. They're all the sensory visualizations are more or less turned off. And the ability for you to see, you can only see ahead of you in like a cone in front of you, so if someone's coming up from behind you, you won't necessarily notice them unless you're paying attention. So it's kind of like the hardcore mode.
Yeah, very cool. What was that?
Yeah.
Oh god. Nope, he's gonna find his buddy. I'm out. I didn't do it.
I didn't do it.
Me, just ninja here, doing ninja things.
Somebody else. Did you look at the real tools of Ninja when working on the game? Yeah, we actually totally did. Again, going back to that like actual Japanese history thing. It's hilarious. Like in the Wikipedia article for Shuriken, there's actually like a picture of these old iron darts that are more or less the darts that we have actually in the game. Obviously, we made up some stuff as well, but yeah, there's some amount of stuff that was inspired, at least by like, you know, the historical legend behind Ninja.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So I take it I'm just trying to go straight up here, correct?
Yep. Yeah, you just keep you basically go to the right and then up and then to the left and then up. You kind of like crisscross back and forth as you're climbing up the thing. What is your ninja path to use? I go back and forth. I like the path of silence a lot, doing the no kill ghosting thing. And the because it looks so goddamn cool, the path of nightmares is also pretty awesome.
Now, when do you start getting into path stuff like that?
That's basically you need to finish 3 of the same type of seal in different levels. So usually about by like the earliest you can get one I think is either the 4th or 5th level is the first time if you've gotten all the seals in an appropriate order.
Okay.
Usually, yeah. So usually about by like level 5, 6. If you're doing all the optional objectives, is about when you'll start to grab those things.
Right on. And where's is there a place where? Oh, the seals destroy at least 20 lights. Reach transformer under.
Yeah,
a
if
minute.
you just start or back, you kind of see where they all are.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's weird.
18th floor. Power's almost back on.
Oh, nice.
Hey, Tim!
I don't know what happened, but I'm sure.
I got spotted and tried to hide in a vase right in front of their face. And they didn't do it.
There he is. Eyes on target.
Oh, what? They can shoot through vents too.
They can.
Come on.
You
So
gotta
that
give.
shadow right there, or whatever that is, that's the last location where you were spotted, right?
Yes, I imagine so. And it actually, with the guards, it's the same thing. Where if you like see a guard and then move out of his line of sight, you'll kind of see like a red outline of the last place where he was.
Okay.
Obviously, he may have moved since, but it'll give you like a rough indication of where they go.
18th floor. Power's almost
Thank
back
you,
on.
J.M. Marov. Pro tips right there.
Yes, indeed. You definitely want to not run in the vents. Mr. Destructive Ninja outfit. that would be amusing. Yeah, I don't know if we'll do any kind of DLC that has costumes or anything else.
18th floor.
Yeah,
Power's almost
yeah, that'd be
back on.
cool. Maybe.
I am losing it.
Yeah, this bit is definitely like the trickiest part of the first level for sure. Yeah, sometimes you can do things where you're probably ahead of that, where you bait the one guy in a direction, and then if you go around, you might just have to boot it.
Yeah, I booted it.
Okay, that's okay. Sometimes if you just want to boot it, you can just boot it.
You're almost at the roof.
Was there any consideration of pulling the camera closer? It's actually like having a strong situational awareness was pretty important. The only time we pull in the camera is in areas where the environments are pretty tight, or when like you're going in for the stealth kills. Because otherwise, it's actually really important that you be able to see as much as you need to.
Oh, and I was going to ask that. People talking about hiding the bodies. Like, where do you hide them? Oh,
So, yeah, you can drag them into any of the vents.
is it
and
okay?
then-
Vents.
Yep, and then you'll get actually like a body hidden point bonus.
Okay.
And then there's also there are background objects like hiding places. Any hiding place in the background that has a door on it, you can stuff the guys in there as well. I don't know if there might only be one of those in this level. But there are some in the first one.
Okay, so it's not like you can just drag them behind a bush and be, or a plant
Right.
and be okay. Okay.
Yeah, no. Yeah. Did you have an idea to place a store in ancient Japan? Vaguely, but I mean, one, we just didn't want the game to feel like 2D Tenchu,
Right.
and the other thing is we didn't want to, there are more affordances you can get in a modern setting, like all these lasers and lights and that kind of stuff. Where in an ancient setting, it's like, oh yeah, well there's a guy with a torch, and then there's another guy with a torch.
This
and there's
guy's got a
with a-
pitchfork and yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, and somebody was asking, talking about, is there a time attack mode or anything like that? Are
There-
people interested
no,
in
there-
speed running?
Yeah, there isn't. Speedrunning is going to be its own reward. In that, like, we initially, some of the levels scoring-wise did have a timing component, but it just ended up, like, completely undercutting the whole point of the gameplay, really. Like, it ended up making it feel actually not very good. Yeah, we just kind of opted out on those.
Okay.
You finished the level. I should probably bail in the next
Awesome,
5
man.
minutes.
Yeah, thank you so much for taking the time and talking with us. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah. No, that was super fun.
And yeah, anytime you want to do it again, just let us know, and we'd be glad to help out. And the game is
Sweet, totally.
fantastic, and enjoy your vacation, man. It sounds like
Yes.
it's much needed, much deserved.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much.
All right.
Yeah, and if folks keep wanting to tell other people about the game, like that's definitely the thing that we're trying the hardest to do right now, right?
Word of
Where
mouth,
it's
there
like
you go.
the game is out there, folks seem to really like it, but we just got to let people know it exists.
Right.
So yeah, everyone was very cool and pleasurable to talk to, and I hope you all enjoy the game very much.
Awesome. Yeah, it's been a ton of fun so far. I can't wait.
Awesome.
All right. Well, take care, man, and thank you
Sweet.
again.
Thanks.
All right.
Take care.
Later. Yep, Notorious. That's how we roll, man, and that's I think developers are really getting into that here. Hopefully, we're really casual, laid back. We're not going to ask the hard-hitting questions, and rip everything apart. We're just here to hang out, chill off the game, have a good time with the people that join us. It's always a fun time. Yeah, and definitely thank you so much to Nels Anderson for coming by today, even though he's trying to get out and get on his vacation. Very cool guy. Very cool game. There you go. Boom.